up, cousins? Welcome back to my channel. I'm not even going to shoot the shit with you. I'm gonna go ahead and get right into this video because we have a lot to cover. And even though, like I said in my previous video, I've been avoiding this conversation, I do have a lot to say. So first and foremost, I do want to say that if you guys see me looking down into my iPad, it's because I am coming with receipts. Eco Styler Gel not only has never sponsored a piece of content that I have ever done, I have never received any kind of PR content for anything that I've ever done. So every Eco Styler Gel product, from the gel to the leave-ins to the waxes to any other thing that I've ever tried on my channel, has been purchased 100% with my money. My criticism will always be as loud as my praise. And as someone who has very boldly not only continued to support the brand with my own money and my own platform with no kind of even recognition from that brand, because again, I don't do things for the recognition. I do it simply to share with you guys what I like, and even better if I'm spending my own money on it. That is why I feel like now I can't just, walk away or bow out quietly. But little backstory, if you didn't see my previous video, the way that all this initially, or the catalyst for all of this begun with the uprisings. When everything initially happened with the uprisings, initially my first thought was not, what are these brands gonna say? What are these brands gonna do? And these brands better start speaking, because initially I don't look for social justice and social activism and social reform in a brand. I'm not looking to a brand to make me feel secure about what's going on in the social uprising. But what made me start to look to these brands and look at these brands crazy is, while all of this was going on, it seemed like a lot of these, specifically natural hair brands, because that's the community that I primarily reside in on social media, it seemed like a lot of these natural hair brands, you could tell the ones who were owned by Black people or had Black people in executive positions or really cared about what was going on with Black people at the moment, because the ones who did just a human reaction to something that resonates with you caused everybody to pause. So when you see everything being surrounded around how do we create conversations and spaces for change, for reform, for justice, when you see everything on your timeline revolving around that, and then all of a sudden you see a whole bunch of tone deaf posts from brands still trying to sell you gels and leave-in conditioners and curl creams and promoting their newest line coming out in the midst of people literally hurting, it stuck out like a sore thumb. And it wasn't just Eco Styler Gel. Let me say that. I touched on that. It wasn't just them, but specifically when you know that you have promoted certain brands, you notice either it's because you follow those brands on Instagram, or you notice these brands what they're doing. And of course, with Eco Styler Gel being one of the brands that I heavily promoted, not only that, but being a brand that promotes almost exclusively at this point, they didn't start out that way, but a brand that at this point promotes almost exclusively to Black women and women of color, to see what appeared to be just really tone deaf reactions to everything just really started to put a bad taste in my mouth. It was an underlying thing for me. It was something that I already had been feeling and kind of talking to you guys about how just consumerism on one hand, and then the bigger picture of capitalism and how it really is just tearing us apart. We can't even grieve properly for what's going on in our country and people who are losing their lives on camera in front of our eyes every day without capitalism still being the number one thing at play and you still trying to sell me health products at the same time. And this was a bigger picture. I had already started feeling like this, like it's just one product after another, after another, after another. I can't find the exact post, but I'll put it on the screen somewhere. It says the pull up or shut up campaign happened, but at this time, a lot of people were coming and speaking out and paying attention and calling out brands. It was a lot of influencers who were calling out brands and things like that. And I really wasn't trying to just necessarily call out every brand who hadn't said something, but the ones who had direct relationships with me and wanted direct access to my platform and ones who were following me and stuff like that, I wanted to make it very clear where they stood with me and where I stand. And not only did I say it on my social media, I said it on my emails, I said it through my actions, and that just, it was what it was. And this was after they posted, not a black square, mind you, it wasn't even a black square, they posted a gray square, and that should be telling. It was under that post that I commented, please let us know in a follow-up post which organizations you are donating to. I think it would be a great gesture to possibly donate what you would have spent on the Essence Festival or other Black events you were planning to attend this summer that were obviously canceled. I got no response from that. I got no response from that from them. A few of y'all responded underneath it, but they personally had nothing to say. Posting all these pretty photo shoots and pretty things of hair gels, but you ain't ever directly answered the question. Oh, we've been in the Black community and helping the Black community since the beginning. We have a long-standing history of supporting the Black community and organizations, but never saying which one you support, never saying how much you support, never even giving proof, just saying for a long-standing time we've been doing this. And to me, I call bullshit. So it actually was after that post that I got a DM in my Instagram DMs from somebody who is what we will call a whistleblower. And I'll put the post here on the screen, and I'm just gonna let you know very quickly what it said. It said, hey girl, hey. So I saw your post on Eco's page and would love to share my experience with the brand and get out the word out there that they are not with the community or the movement. I was their creative director for 2 years. They are run by a white family, a father, his 2 sons, and a daughter. And they are the most appalling, ignorant, and entitled people I have ever had the displeasure of meeting. I wish I knew a better way to communicate to the Black community. They are racist and super misogynistic. I am aware that I may come across as a burned ex-employee, but could easily produce receipts and other witnesses to the hateful things that have been said by the CEO and how little they think of the community that buys their products. Please feel encouraged to spread this word, although I'm aware this is probably not the best time, as I don't wish to see any focus taken away from the education and activism that I know is happening right now. Then they went on to send me 3 photos, and it was, I'm gonna see, I didn't think to get those screenshots, but basically it was screenshots of handbooks and things that have been passed out within community meetings or work meetings that they had that had a lot of like misogynistic jokes in them. And also they sent me a link to their Glassdoor page, which if you don't know what Glassdoor is reviews, kind of like Yelp reviews from employees. And you could be a former employee or you could be a current employee, I think, and you just share your honest opinions on how you're treated as an employee, how that brand treats their employee. And their Glassdoor, is it Glassdoor? Their reviews were horrible. At this point, after talking to them, that was just kind of like the nail in the coffin for me. I already just watching them again, I can think for myself, like, just because something is canceled, that doesn't mean I'm automatically going to cancel it. Just because something is loved doesn't mean I'm automatically going to love it. I'm always somebody who thinks for myself. And so regardless of what kind of picture Eco Styler Gel was wanted to paint for the public, and regardless of whether or not people were willing to accept that or that was enough for them, it was not enough for me. And that is because I feel like I have to make my standards just a little bit higher. I want to completely shook the responsibility onto people who are watching this video and take it solely off of myself by saying everybody is grown, everybody has free thought, everybody has to make their own decisions. Part of being an influencer is understanding that you have influence. And one thing that is very important to me is to always be a good steward of the influence and the things that I am given. $3 gel is never, I don't care. I don't care how good of a wash and go it gave me. I don't care how many days I can get out of it. I don't care if I can find it at every store from every corner from here to the south. It's not enough for me. Prime example, when they came out with that Eco Styler Gel Gold, and it is the same gel, the same ingredients, the same kind of stuff, only maybe, you know, raised up one oil higher on the list than the rest of the oils and sprinkle some glitter into it, and now you got Eco Styler Gel Gold. But they're profiting on the fact that it's new and it's shiny and that it made you think that it worked magic for your hair and it's gonna do something for your hair that your hair don't already do. And they're getting people to pay $15 to $18 for it, when in the store it's gonna be that same $5. They weren't gonna get me. I told y'all that then. I don't care how much I love this gel, I'm not paying 300 times what it's worth and what it would be sold for in stores just so I could be one of the first people to get my hands on it. I told y'all that then. Somewhat put my foot down and recognized how they capitalized on the Black community and recognized how they didn't really care. They know them products cheap as hell and got the nerve to charge $15 for that cheap ass gel. This is what I mean when I say I'm tired. To see a brand that I went hard for essentially give us performative activism, where I asked them to put their solidarity into action and still not do anything, I feel played. I feel stupid, like I said on my live. I said this on my YouTube live. This is the same brand that doesn't really pour into their influencers, that kept posting insensitively until people started saying something. For me, it wasn't about their ingredients. For me, it wasn't about whether or not this brand was owned by a Black person or created by a Black person, because I do feel like there are people and there are brands out there who may not have been created by a Black person, but they have Black board members, Black executive members. They took the pull up or shut up challenge seriously and understood where they needed to do better, and they were open and honest with where they were wrong, versus every question that Eco Styler Gel was posed, they posed it as we're already doing everything right. We don't need to do anything. They didn't participate in the pull up or shut up. They wouldn't provide, you know, figures and percentages of who the percentage of the people of their companies were Black. Did you pay attention to that? They never participated, and numerous influencers asked them invest in their brands and then promote those brands. I realized personally a long time ago I could be myself or I could be brand friendly, and I chose to be myself. And so there are very few brands who we align together with what I am and what I am not willing to do to put your product on my platform. Yes, I understand the show must go on for a lot of businesses. Eco Styler Gel wasn't one of those businesses, FYI. But trust me, the show has never truly paused for them, and that's the issue. It's not about the show needing to go on. It's about you not even thinking that the show needed to be paused, but you still want to collect dollars from the people who are dying and losing their jobs and having family members affected by COVID at the same time of the uprising. You still trying to sell them products. So now that just leads me to the inevitable question that I already have started getting, since I even alluded to the fact that I will no longer be promoting, presenting, using, or showing any kind of EcoStyler branded product on my channel. And y'all, y'all may not like my answer to this. I am very aware of this. This is one of the reasons why I postpone this, because I know y'all are not gonna, a lot of y'all are not going to be happy with this answer, but I am not going to tell you anything to use instead, and I'm going to tell you why. Ironically, there already are videos like that in the past where, because people were canceling EcoStyler gel for other reasons, such as the ingredients and other things that they were unhappy with EcoStyler gel, because of that, and because I always wanted to be somebody that showed that you have options and that there is no magic product, and that it is more about product technique and choosing products that have certain properties and behaviors. I'm not going to be taking down old videos, so you are more than welcome to go through my wash and go playlist and see other gels. I've literally used dozens. I also have not personally used EcoStyler gel since all of this has gone down. I truly meant what I said, so it's not a thing where I'm just not gonna promote EcoStyler gel on my channel, but I'll still be using it. I have not used it. I have no intentions on using it. I have no intentions on giving them more of the money that I've already given them. I feel like that is one of the problematic parts of the natural hair community. This general gist and this capitalistic world that we have created, that creates the product junkie that a lot of people have become. And it's by creating this concept that there is this magic product. But it's not as hard as I feel like people are gonna make it if you get out of the mindset, number one, that there's this magic product out there that is somehow gonna transform your hair into looking like something that all the other products didn't already made your hair look like. And I think that is the real problematic thing. People are looking for these products that are going to make their hair look like their favorite influencer, instead of finding a product that is going to make their hair look at its best self. I ain't got EcoStyler gel in my hair right now, and I personally don't miss it. Like, I have not missed it. That's the real thing. This is coming from somebody who loved EcoStyler gel. I used EcoStyler gel from everything, from my edges to my buns to my wash and goes to even a few twist outs. I used it for everything, and this is coming from somebody who gave them up in June. Here we are in the middle of October, and I have not used it once, and I have not missed it once. I cancel EcoStyler gel because, to me, they don't practice what they preach. They don't walk it like they talk it, and it's a whole lot of black faces without a whole lot of backing up black people, in my opinion. And I feel like at this point, I've earned a right to that opinion. I've earned a right to state my opinion and make a stance on my opinion, and that is because I have been so intricate. I know for a fact I've put thousands of dollars in EcoStyler gel's pockets. If you're somebody who wants to continue to use EcoStyler gel, then by all means, I ain't judging you. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a big deal to me. Like I said, I'm not taking down my videos, my old EcoStyler gel videos, because it's all a part of my journey. Moving forward, I won't be addressing this again. Like, I avoided it so long and just realized I need to just go ahead and put it out there, but I won't be addressing it. And I know inevitably I will still get comments. Do you still use EcoStyler gel? Do you still use this for your wash and go? And what I'll do is just point them to this video. I'll give you a link to this video to tell you all the reasons why I loved it for so long and now why I don't. And I think that's very important. If you loud with your insult, be loud with your apology. So if I'm loud for all the reasons why I loved it, I'm gonna be loud for all the reasons why I don't anymore. And that's just me.